Now we are going through 6th session of quadrilateral. In the previous 5 sessions, we have seen the different type of quadrilaterals and its properties. From 6 to 11, in these next 6 sessions, we will go through questions based on quadrilaterals. This session is based on only parallelogram questions. Okay. Now, we will take 5 questions in this session. 1 easy level, 2 medium level and 2 difficult level questions. If you want to go through all these 5 questions in a single PPT, then the PPT ID is 9MX806. You can search this PPT ID and you will get all the 5 questions in the same PowerPoint presentation. And the questions that is there in this is 9MX8008, 8009, 10, 11, 12. So these are the 5 questions from sprint section that I have taken. So if you want to search in database, you can search with any one of these 5 numbers that I am taking care right now, or you can go for one simple PPT, as this is a PPT. So 1. Okay. So let's start with the first one in the set. The question says there is a parallelogram A, B, C, D. It's a parallelogram such that one side is 12 and the second side is 8. If one of the diagonal is 10 centimeter, then we have to find out the area of this parallelogram. Area of this parallelogram ABCD. What is the area of this parallelogram? This is the question. Now, you can pause the video and you can try to solve the question. I am explaining you 2 different ways of solving. There are so many, but I am explaining you 2 basic different ways of solving this question. Now, one possible method is, we know that the diagonal AC divides a parallelogram, any diagonal divides a parallelogram in 2 congruent triangles. So if we get the area of this triangle, we double it and we will get the area of parallelogram. So in this case, area of triangle ACD . 12, 8 and 10. All 3 sides given. So using Heron's formula, area of triangle equals to S into S minus A, S minus B, S minus C, root under. What is S? Semi-perimeter. So 12 plus 10 plus 8 divided by 2 is 15. So this is 15 into 3 into 5 into 7. So this is 15 root 7. Area of 1, just double it. So the area of complete parallelogram is 30 root 7. Oh. This is first way of solving a question. Very simple way. Now come to the second possibility. In second possibility, what we can do, let's draw a perpendicular from D on AC at point M. We are trying to find out the value of perpendicular. Perpendicular multiplied by base divided by half will be the area of this triangle, and similarly we can get this. So now let's consider this one. MC is X. So we got two right angle triangles where DM is common. So DM square 8 square minus x square. From Pythagoras theorem, 8 square minus x square is DM square. Similarly, for this triangle, DM square equals to 12 square minus 10 minus x whole square. So we got the value of DM in two different cases. If we equate these two, we will get the value of x as 1 centimeter. So if x is 1, so DM will be 8 square minus 1 square, which is 63. So the value of DM will be root under 64 minus 1, which is 3 root 7. Sorry. 63, 9 root 7, so it is 3 root 7. So if the value of DM is 3 root 7, the area of triangle ACD, half into DM into AC, which is half into 3 root 7 into 10, which is 15 root 7. So if this is 15 root 7, just double it, 30 root 7. So there are two ways of solving the same question. Whichever is suitable for you, you can pick it. This method is simpler if these values are set on a Pythagorean triplets. What is a Pythagorean triplet? If something like 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13. So where 5 square plus 13 square, 5 square plus 12 square equals to 13 square. So these are Pythagorean triplets. In that case, this method is easy. But here, because the values are round values, so Heron's formula will give you the answer quickly. I have just shown you another way of solving it. Okay. Now let's come to the second question, which is of little bit medium difficulty level. The question says, there is a parallelogram just name it. Now, these two angle bisectors meet at O. If this angle is 60 degree and this side is given as 10 centimeter, then find the value of OA and OD. I'm repeating it. Two angles A and D bisected at O. If this angle is 60 degree, what is the value of X and Y? You can pause the video and you can answer the question. Okay? Now, I'm coming with the explanation. If this is an angle bisector, simply means these angles will be same. Now, if this is 60, it means this complete is 120. If this is 120, so half of it is 60 and here half of it is 30. So if 60 and 30, simply this angle is 90 degree. It means angle AOD is a right angle triangle. And please remember, whenever two angles bisectors will meet, this angle will be always 90 degree. Why? Because these two are adding to 180. They are bisected. So these two will be adding to 90. So automatically the third angle will be adding to 90. So two angle bisectors always intersect each other at 90 degree. Angle bisectors, not diagonals, because they are angle bisectors. So this is 90 degree. The moment this is right 90 degree, this is a right angle triangle. Now, to find out the value of A, we can use sine property. Sine theta equals to perpendicular by hypotenuse. So here, in this case, sine 30 is, what's the value of P? X. Value of H? 10. What is sine 30? Half. So half equals to x by 10. So x equals to 5 centimeter. Similarly, for y, we can take cos 30, y by 10. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So if we go for second one, cos 30 is base b by h, root 3 by 2 equals to y by 10. So y equals to 5 root 3. So these are the two values of x and y using the sine property because the angles are known. Okay. Going to the next question. Question number 3, which is again of medium difficulty level. Question ID 9MX8010. This third question, you can search the question with this ID. Here, there is a parallelogram in which there is a parallelogram where the point here, there is a point E, which is midpoint of AD. This point E is midpoint of AD. Just first draw the symbol that it's the parallelogram. Okay. Now, one pair of side equal and parallel is a parallelogram. Now it says, if I match B with E and extend it, let's say at F. In this case, what is the value of DF?
So you have taken both sides at double stripe.
Okay. Now, if the question is DF and CD, what is the relationship in these two? DF is equal to CD or multiple of CD or less than CD. That you have to calculate. A, B, C, D parallelogram and all. So after pausing the video, you can solve it. I'm just explaining the answer, how you can solve the question. Now, there are two ways of solving the question. One, very simple and easy approach is nothing but simply using the midpoint theorem. Now, what is the midpoint theorem? In this case, we know DE is parallel to BC. This is given. This is given that DE is parallel to BC. At the same time, DE is half of BC. So we'll use the converse of midpoint theorem. What is that? If a line drawn parallel to base and it is half also, it will divide the other two sides in same ratio. As a result, let's go through triangle DFE, DFE and triangle CFB. If we go through these two triangles, because this line is parallel and half, so automatically DE by CB will be equal to FD by FC. Now, this ratio is 1 by 2. So, automatically, FD by FC is also 1 by 2. So, this part is half of the total complete side. It simply means FD is equal to CD. That concludes that these two parts are equal. One way of solving. Let's come to the second way of solving. Rather than using the formula or the theorem, we can prove it also. How we can prove it? We can take these two triangles. These two angles will be equal because they are opposite angles. Let's name it first. Triangle AEB and triangle AEB. DEF. Triangle DEF. Now, these two angles are equal, opposite angles. This angle will be equal to this. Why? Because these two lines are simply parallel. And if two angles are equal, third will be automatically equal. So the moment all the three angles are equal, these are similar triangles. But at the same time, this side is equal to this side. So two sides and an angle between it. Sorry, two angles and a side inside it, between and the common side. So it is using ASA. Angle, side, angle. Angle, side, angle. So using the ASA property, these two triangles are now congruent. The moment these two triangles are congruent, it simply means AB is equal to DF. AB is equal to DF. And at the same time, from the parallelogram, AB equals to DC. Because it's a parallelogram. So what does it mean? DF equals to DC. So these two parts are same. Okay. Now the next one. The next question of the parallelogram is the question number 4. A little bit difficult level. But there are easy way of solving also. It depends what approach we are using. Let's consider there is a parallelogram ABCD such that the angle bisector of A cuts BC at E and meets DC at F when extended. So ABCD is a parallelogram. Angle A bisected cuts BC at E when this line extended meets DC at F. If it is given that this one is 20 centimeter and this side is 12 centimeter, we have to find out what is the value of CF. So we have to find out that what is the value of CF. Pause the video, solve it. In the meantime, I am explaining you the process. To find the value of CF, we know that BC is parallel to AD. So automatically EC is also parallel to AD. So if EC is parallel to AD, in that case, this smaller triangle and the bigger triangle will be similar triangle. So let's try to find out the value of the angle. Value of the angle in sense, let me explain you. Let's consider this angle is 2x. Means angle BAE is x and angle EAD is x. Why? Just because of if this angle is 2x bisected, so both are xx. If this is 2x, 180 minus 2x without any confusion. Why? Just because of from parallelogram, if angle A is 2x, angle B will be 180 minus 2x. So we can write it here also that angle B is 180 degree minus 2x. So what will the value of angle AEB? Angle AEB will be x degree. These three adding to 180, 180 minus 2x, x, so this will be automatically x. The moment this is x, it simply means that ABE is an isosceles triangle. This part equals to this part. So if this is 12, so AB equals to BE equals to 12 centimeter. If B is 12, then what is EC? Total is 20. So automatically EC is 20 minus 12, which is 8 centimeter. So far we have got the value of EC as 8 centimeter. Now, what we have concluded, this angle x, so automatically x, whereas line DF is parallel to AB and this is cutting it. So this angle will be also x. Why? Just because of a parallel lines and this is cutting, intersecting it. So alternate angles, as a result, triangle CEF EC equals to CF. EC will be equal to CF. Base angles are equal, so EC is equal to CF and that is equal to 8 centimeter. Got it? First we proved this is 12. If this is 12, this is 8. And from there, because this angle is x and these two are ordinate angles, so x, so the moment these two are x, so these two sides will be equal. So if it is x, this is also 8 centimeter. One way of solving it. Okay. The same question can be solved in a much simpler way without doing this much. It totally depends on what approach we are using. Rather than going this way, we can come this way also, which will be simpler. How? ADDF. Let's consider a triangle ADF. In triangle ADF, going with the same values of angles x and x, if this one is x, this one is also x. Now, if this angle is 2x, let's write it here. In that case, angle ADF is 180 minus 2x. So, angle DFA or angle AFD will be equal to 180 minus 2x minus x. which will reduce down to x. This one. The moment these two are x, AD is equal to DF. As a result, AD equals to DF from isosceles triangle. Base angles are same. These are from previous method, not from the current one. So these two angles same, so automatically these two sides same. If AD equals to DF, which is equal to 20 centimeter. Now what's the value of CD? CD is 12 because this is the parallelogram. So CF equals to DF minus DC. DF minus DC, which is 20 minus 12, 8 centimeter. So we can do this in a simpler way like this as well. Okay. Now going to the last one in the sequence, the fifth one, and one step tougher than this. In this, there is a parallelogram A, B, C, D having their midpoints P, Q, R, S. Now, let's match this in this way. As a result, we got 9 different parts of a parallelogram. So, my question is that if the area of ABCD is 60 square centimeter, area of parallelogram ABCD is 60 square centimeter, what is the area of this shaded region together? Means all 4 shaded regions together. There is a question. Given ABCD is a parallelogram and PQRS are midpoints of this parallelogram. Okay? Pause the video, solve it. This question is actually this question ID under sprint section. Okay? Now, I'm solving it. Assuming that you have already solved after pausing the video, let's continue. Now for this, for our easy convenience, let's name the parts. So let's consider these parts are A, B, C, D and E. Whereas these 4 small parts, name it like 1, 2, 3 and 4. So let's assume that this 1, 2, 3 and 4 together adds to x square units. So we have to find out the value of x simply. Okay. Now let's start with the properties of a parallelogram. If Q is midpoint and S is also a midpoint, AQCS will be a parallelogram. Lines are parallel, this is equal to this, so parallelogram. Whereas height is same but base is half the previous one. So it means this parallelogram AQCS, area of parallelogram AQCS will be half of parallelogram ABCD. So ACE is half of total. It simply means A plus C plus E is 30 square unit. Or if it is centimeter, it is given, so 30 square centimeter. So ACE is 30 square centimeter. Similarly, if we go this way, B plus C plus D is 30 square centimeter. So let's add these two. The moment we will add these two, we will get A plus B plus D plus E plus twice of C as 60 square centimeter. Okay, so C is twice, so we got twice of C, and A, B, D, E, N. Or what we can do, we can write C plus C. Why we are writing like this? Because this A, B, these together are these parts A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, plus additional C. Whereas the complete picture 1, 2, 1A, 2, B, C, D, 3, E, 4, complete picture adds to 60 degree. So in another line, this means 1, 2, 3, 4, X, 1, 2, 3, 4, X, and these 5. So these 5 plus X adds to 60 degree, which is very clear from the picture. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus A, B, C, D, E also adds to 60 square centimeter. Now see this. Now if we equate this ABCDE to this ABCDE, it simply means C equals to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. What this means? That this bigger area is equal to X, what I am looking for. So first part we have concluded that C is equal to the sum of these 4. So if we don't have to find out the value, then what is this part equates to which part? Equates to C. Now we have to find out what is the value of C, or 1, 2, 3, 4. So first part of the question solved, that these 4 parts adding to C in terms of area. Okay. So far what we have got, that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which we took X, is equal to C. This we have got so far. Now come down to, let's name this particular point as M. Now take a triangle ADM. ADM. In this triangle, this line S is midpoint of one side. This is midpoint, and this is cutting this triangle. Let's say it is meeting at N. So SN is parallel also. SN is parallel to base, and this is midpoint. Can you see this? S is midpoint. S is midpoint of AD given, whereas SN is parallel. Why? Because this is a parallelogram. So from triangle ADM, what will be the side ratio? Side ratio will be 1 by 2. Something like, let's take the base SN by AM equals to DS by DA equals to half. It means in this triangle, smaller versus bigger is in the side ratio 1:2. If the side ratio is 1:2, area ratio will be 1:4. So the smaller triangle versus the bigger triangle will be in area ratio 1:4. If this is one smaller versus bigger is 1:4, it means this part versus this will be 1:3, because smaller one plus this first term, both of these two adds to 4 parts. So if this part is 1/4 of total, in that case the shaded one, number 2, is 1/3 of A. This is what we have concluded, that the area of part 2 is 1/3 of area of part A. Why? Because area of 2 is 1/4 the area of the complete triangle. So similarly, if part 2 is 1/3 of A, we can find out part A is 1/3 of B, part 3 is 1/3 of E, and part 4 is 1/3 of D. So it simply means that these 4 parts added together is 1/3 of these 3 together. Okay? So the conclusion from now, second part of conclusion is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. These 4 parts area is 1/3 of ABED. ABED. This is our second part. Area of 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1/3 of ABED. Now, using this property in this one, I'm equating it to 60. Now come to that part. X plus C plus ABED equals to 60. X is 1, 2, 3, 4. C and these 4 parts. Now C is also X, and ABED is 3 times of X, because 1, 2, 3, 4 is X, so it's 3 times of X. So 3 times of X equals to 60. So 5X equals to 60. So X equals to 60/5, which is 12 square centimeter. So this way we can find out what is the area of these 4 shaded parts. There are more ways of solving this question, which you can get through the PPT and the next videos. But at present, these 5 questions solved from parallelogram. In next session of session 7, we will go through the questions on rectangle. Okay.